everybody. This is David here from Team Powerhouse, Coldwell Banker. The PowerCast, Team Powerhouse, coming to you live over here Tuesday, July 13th. I'm very excited to share with you a good friend of mine from Pennsylvania, Brad Weisman. He is with Platinum Realty, a good friend and very knowledgeable expert in the real estate field. Lots to tell you about today and go over what the market's doing, hear about Pennsylvania compared to Connecticut. And the first thing we're going to do, if you don't mind, is I'm going to put a big shout out to my best buddy, my son, Daniel Lamel. Happy 18th birthday. Very excited, very proud of you. And you know Brad pretty well yourself.
Happy birthday, Daniel.
And in addition, we have our live spinning wheel for all of you who are subscribed to our Team Powercast over here. And we're going to do a spinning wheel to see who's going to get a very special new tumbler. This is our first official spinning wheel happening for you guys who've subscribed to our YouTube channel. Remember, go to YouTube, go to Team Powerhouse, and please subscribe. Watch us live on Facebook, Instagram. We are actually today live on Twitch. If you're on Twitch and watching us, please send us your comments, questions you have. Facebook, we want to answer your questions while we're talking over here. We're excited to have you as a part of the show. And let me just take it away to Brad right here in Pennsylvania. Brad, tell everybody where you're from, etc., please.
I'm from this really, really far away state called Pennsylvania. It's actually a little bit below Connecticut. I've never been to Connecticut, so I can't say anything about Connecticut, but I hear it's a great place. And my good friend David Lamel lives there with his family, and we just spent some time in Florida together, which was a great time. But I've been in real estate for 29 years, started in July of 1992, and never looked back since then.
That's a long time to be in the real estate market. And you've seen a lot of things that have happened in this many, you said 22 years. Wow.
29 years.
29.
I'm glad that you said 22. It makes me feel a lot younger.
Well,
Thank
you definitely don't look old enough to be in the business 29 years, that's for sure. And the fact that you're still smiling in this business is a lot to say. Especially,
you're right.
Especially what's been going on in the market over here today. You know, we talk about the real estate market and what's been going on in Connecticut here. It's pandemonium. How many homes are on the market in each town and counties? We're going to go over that together over here. Tell me about a little bit of Pennsylvania, please. Tell me about the areas and what's going on.
I mean, we're a suburb. We're a distant suburb of Philadelphia, so we're northwest of Philadelphia. We also one of the things that's neat about Reading, Pennsylvania, and anybody that's ever played Monopoly and has seen a Reading Railroad on Monopoly, that is from Reading, Pennsylvania.
That is interesting.
Yeah, it's a little trivia there. So what we do, or what's interesting about here, is it takes us about 2.5 hours to get to New York City. Takes us about an hour and 30 minutes to get to Philadelphia. It takes about 2 hours to get to hour and 50 to get to Baltimore. So we're very uniquely located where we can hit three very large cities, you know, on the East Coast here, within 2 hours, you know, on all of them.
That opens up a category for you, by the way, for people who are moving from New York.
Yes.
They should reach out to you, as a matter of fact. There's another opportunity.
Just got one today. Just got a call today. Guy coming from New York City. I gave it to one of my buyer representatives, and said she's going to run with it because I'm not going to be around this weekend. But you know, yes, we're starting to see that happen. It happened before too. It happened back in 2000s. Actually, I know I lie. When it happened before was 9/11. It was in 2001. We saw a lot of people moving out of the city just because they were a little fearful of being there.
Right.
And you know, so here we're seeing it again. And I think what's happening now, this is a little different. We're seeing people come from the cities because they can live here and work from home at a much lower cost of living than being in one of the larger cities that's around us. So it's a unique situation here.
Definitely understatement on that one for sure. The cost of living in New York is bananas. They actually, someone who makes $100,000 in New York, they're in poverty, right?
Isn't that crazy?
It's absolutely crazy. They come to Connecticut, they come to Pennsylvania, they are at least in the middle class, they may be even above, depending what town they move into.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're 100,000 here in our area is actually good. It's a good income. It really is.
So let's talk about what kind of counties are you working in over there in Pennsylvania? And tell me the name of the town again you're from and where your office is located.
Yeah, I mean, Reading is the city that's near us. I mean, it's a city of population maybe 90,000 people. I live outside of that city, in the suburbs from Reading, and it's, it's called Wyomissing area. Sinking Spring area is the name of the area. The county itself, we live in the county is Berks County, which is what Reading is part of, and we have around 400,000 population in the whole county. So, we're not densely populated. The city is densely populated, but the rest of the suburbs and rural areas are not. But we're going through the same stuff you guys are going through. I mean, you and I have had conversations about this, that inventory is the issue. The buyers are going into depression, and it's tough. I being a buyer today is not fun. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to be doom and gloom. At the end of the day, yeah, you're going to get a house, but it's just going to take a little longer, and it's not going to be the experience maybe that your parents had, or
That's
your siblings had.
That
It's
is
gonna be a
for
little different.
sure. It
Yeah.
definitely, it's interesting you say that. A lot of times you have buyers coming in with their parents' influence, and hey, you see a house for sale, make an offer over here. When the asking price is 250,000, they tell you to make an offer
Yeah,
significantly less,
yeah,
right? And then the buyer's
yeah,
completely confused when they come to this market as to what actually is going on, right? And how they have to play the game and to get that house exactly.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's so true, Dave. One of the things I say a lot, one of the things I say is, this is not your mom and dad's market. You have to understand that markets change, and sometimes they go into the buyer's favor, sometimes they don't. And in this situation, it's not in the buyer's favor, really. So,
Um, in addition to that, so let's talk about you service a handful of towns and counties. I'm guessing at
mhm.
least a few. Throw out some, if you don't mind. I'm not sure if you're in front of the computer on the MLS. You guys
Yeah,
call it the MLS over there also?
you got it. MLS. Yep.
So if you were to take a town or a county you work in, let's go you and I back and forth. Let's just put a price range of 200 to $400,000. Let's say a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house, which is a fair and reasonable what people are typically asking for, right?
Hmm.
Give me an idea of a county, please, that you would say how many houses are for sale right now active.
Right now in our county, like I said, is 400,000. We our office is located pretty much in the center of the county, which is why I'm missing Sinking Spring area. Um, the whole county right now, we've got 446 listings. A
Wow.
normal market for us
Wow.
is, yeah, exactly. A normal market for us is, it used to be like 1,500. That would be like a normal market for us. So we're very, very, very low in inventory, and I don't know if that's going to change in time soon. But yeah, I mean, looking at, we did the 2 to 400,000 dollar range for this county just before we went on live, and I think I said it was 64 listings, something like that, between
Yep.
200 and 400,000, and that's the meat right there. Really, it is. I mean, our average sale price, because of the city, any city usually brings down the average sale price a little bit. So, but between, I'd say the average in the area is like 180. My average sale price is around 240, 250, because I've been in the business for a while. A lot of my repeat customers tend to
Right.
move up that scale. But yeah, it's been tough. I mean, the competition and the inventory is extremely low.
So, with that being said, I want to just kind of go over here, like for example, the towns that we have that are very commonly we work in, right? New Haven County. So, if I was to say New Haven County, how many homes are for sale? And in New Haven County, you have 28 towns, right? 28 towns in New Haven County, and I put a price range of 200 to $400,000. I put a 3 bedrooms plus, that means 3 plus bedrooms, 2 plus bathrooms.
Right.
There are only 209 homes for sale in 28 towns.
That's
That's
crazy. And I think
crazy.
yeah, and that sounds pretty close to, like, if you take our county, there's probably between 25 and 30 boroughs and townships. We have townships and we have boroughs.
Yep.
So if you add those all up, it's probably about the same thing. It sounds like we're kind of very parallel with the same amount of people, and houses. So you're in the same situation. I mean, it sounds like
I'm gonna,
it's
I'm
it
gonna
sounds
jump.
the same.
I'm gonna jump over a couple more towns because these guys local over here need to know this.
Yeah,
Just
sure,
for
absolutely.
We got Hartford County. Again, same criteria: 200 to $400,000, 3 bedrooms plus, 2 baths plus, 247 homes. Hartford County has 48 towns. There's 48
Wow,
towns in Hartford County, and you
wow.
have 247 homes. I mean, the math on that is just bananas. It's an average of 2 or 3 homes per, I mean, per town, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the let's just go to Fairfield County. Again, Fairfield County typically gets a little higher price range, but I'll just keep the same criteria. 97 towns in Fairfield County. Fairfield County has 32 towns that make up Fairfield County. And then we got Middlesex County. We do a lot of work in Middlesex County between 200 and 400. We've got 61 homes for sale. That's 15 towns. So it's definitely something where it's absolutely.
Is that all price ranges you just said, or is that what
I
was the
just
price ranges?
I put a price range of 200 to 400. I'm
Two,
actually going to increase
and
it.
is that your median? That's in your median, or your median's in there,
That's a
or
great
your
question.
average?
So I'm going to do Middlesex County. I'll go up a little higher. Let's just say we put over here 300 to 500. That's a fair number. 78 homes.
Okay.
If I go up over here, let's say uh, 500 to 700, 81 homes. It's not a lot of homes for sale in these price ranges, but the average buyer today,
Yeah.
I would say, is probably in the ballpark of, your first time buyers between 200 and 400, your second time buyers between, let's say, 350 and 500. Again, income levels, of course, change things.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a
Absolutely.
question. Homes that come on the market and you list the house, right? And
Yeah.
let's say the price range is whatever. How many offers are you getting in a house nowadays?
Yeah, we talked about this. It's different. Obviously location has a lot to do with it, I'm sure. We still have locations that we're not getting, 10, 12, 15 offers. We're getting two or three. Whereas it's always multiple. Let's put it that way. It doesn't matter where you live right now, it's multiple offers. But I would say in our area, in like the hot locations, I think you're probably looking at between, 4 and 8 offers. I mean, that's typically in that 6 range is like that average offer, and that gets complicated. I mean, you know that. I mean, do you guys do we do offer spreadsheets? I mean, do you do that? You have a spreadsheet that makes it easier for you and for the um sellers to take a look at it?
That's a great question.
That's why
Sorry
I
about
asked
that.
it.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
why I
great
asked that
it's a great
question.
question. Here's what I say to
Was
you.
that a commercial break there? Is that what that was? I
I
think
was,
that was a
you know
commercial
what,
break.
Heather from
Wait a minute. Then you do yours first.
Heather from Creative Crafts by Heather made these beautiful tumblers. So we're going to do at the end of the show today a live giveaway. It's going to be a beautiful spinning wheel with one of you is going to get a free one from me, and I'm excited to give it away.
I get to spin the wheel.
And
Jonathan
he
over here,
never just so he
yes.
never put my name on the list, just so you know.
It,
So
yeah.
I'm getting screwed on this whole thing.
I'm going to tell you that our average right now listing gets, and no exaggeration, in a 3-day list timeline. If we leave it on the market for 3 days, which is
Yeah.
average about one under contract, okay, you're probably talking a minimum of 10 offers, probably an average of 20 to 30 offers on every house, right?
Wow.
And when a buyer comes in, they don't understand the fact that that list price you see there, that's a starting point, right? And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
I'm, I'm guessing the same situation for you guys over in
Yep.
Pennsylvania as well.
Yep.
We also can tell you that the average buyers, what kind of more, actually, let me ask you a question. What kind of lending mortgages, what do you see a lot of the offers being made? What kind of mortgages?
But yeah, mostly the offers we're seeing. I mean, it's a shame, but there's nothing wrong with FHA. There's nothing wrong with VA.
Nothing
But
wrong at all.
today, I don't know about your market. They've become, it's the lesser of the risk. I mean, I should say it's more risk to do FHA, VA. The
Eh,
conventional's less risk, and the least risk, obviously, is cash.
Right.
So it's a shame because FHA is a good way to buy a house. VA is great for our veterans. I always love seeing that because it gives back to the people that fought for our
Absolutely.
country.
Amen.
But right now, man, conventional is key. So if you don't have the 5% down, it's going to be a little tough. How about seller assist? How's that working out for you guys?
Seller assist. So,
Concessions.
can be honest, so there is not an option for seller concessions. If you don't have the cash to put down in the house, it's a no option. You're just not even on the table. Realistically, there's no potential. Every buyer who's coming through is not only a conventional buyer, although I do love to see the VA and FHA buyers
Yeah.
too. And I'm big on the military people. As a matter of fact, if you have a owner of a home who served our country, I will tell you that VA almost trumps everything,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
a great
absolutely.
thing.
I
And,
agree.
and the VA should definitely not ever be less. The buyer still
I
has to put
agree.
a money down as a deposit to hold the property, right? So it's not, even though they're putting no money down to buy the house per se, they definitely still have money to hold the house, or
Sure.
if you will, like a deposit. But definitely, it's going to be leaning towards the conventional purchase, the 5 to 10 to 15. As a matter of fact, we have
Yeah.
conventional over here at 3% down, you guys have that out there?
Yeah, we have those. They tend to be income driven. Like
Right,
if you make over a certain amount, you don't qualify.
right,
The other thing is too is your credit's got to be probably up and above 720
right.
score. So your scores really become a big part of that. But it's not as prevalent. We do have them. It's not as prevalent. I mean, it's still basically conventional 5%.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with you on that. So buyers coming in, making offers, they need to make sure you have money in hand, you're ready to go, qualified with a lender. You actually have all your documents into that lender because we over
Mm,
here definitely will tell you
absolutely.
every agent when an offer comes in, the first question is not only qualified, but we call the lender up and say, hey, do you have all the documents in hand? Right? W-2s, pay stubs,
Yep.
bank statements. And
Yep.
if the lender doesn't have these things, you're not an option on the table because you're too much of a risk, if you will. They haven't got all your information yet. Um,
Yeah, you gotta do
so
that stuff up front. I don't know about you. I tell being prepared in this market is as fast as this market moves, being prepared is absolutely key. Because here's the problem. If all of a sudden on a Saturday night you showed them 4 homes and they didn't get that last thing in to get the pre-approval done, and they don't have a pre-approval, that could be the difference between them getting the property and not getting the property. We are moving so fast right now in this market. So you don't have time to be collecting bank statements and things like that. You got to get it done up front. I mean, that's to me is just so important for buyers today.
you bring a good point up. Speaking about especially nights and weekends, the lenders you work with, I'm guessing a lot of people don't go directly to the banks anymore. They go to a mortgage
Nope.
broker. They have a cell phone number for them, right?
Yeah,
You can pick.
we go through this all the time. People will come in and say, "Oh, I got pre-qualified from my with a credit union," and nothing against credit unions. They do a
Not at
great
all.
job for what
They
they
do.
do. We love them. They're awesome. But the reality is this: our business is not a 9 to 5 business. Okay, it's not a banker hours business. It is a business that, especially right now, where if I need to get somebody at 7 o'clock at night to find out if they can afford another $10,000 to win the offer, I have to be able to get in touch with those people. And if I can't, that once again could be the difference between getting the house and not getting the house. And that's what I tell my buyers. I don't care who you go to for real. I,
Right.
I don't care. I don't get anything out of it. But
That's right.
but if you want to get the house, please listen to my advice because I've seen people lose houses because of not doing that.
Going back to, I've got a thing over here. Made some notes for myself to kind of go over with you over here. A seller gets an offer in, right? And
Mhm.
you're sitting down. They have several offers. They're stressed out because they want to take what the most expensive offer. Is that always the best offer to take?
Nope.
Conditions based on how much money they're putting down,
Mhm.
timelines. So how do your sellers look at offers? What's their motivating factors over there?
Oh man, I'll tell you what. That is the $1 million question. It all comes down to what you get. I mean, I think every time you get these multiple offers, you really got to. It's almost like doing CSI. You really got to dig into every one of them. I mean, here's what usually happens: the higher netting offers usually are the cream. They kind of come to the top. But then when you
Right,
look at the cream that's on the top, you then have to go, okay, here's the cream, but which one is really the best one? It's not always
right.
the price. A lot of times it can be the settlement date. Does the person need a post possession? Does the seller need to stay after settlement, because they don't have anywhere to go yet? I mean, do you guys have that post settlement possession?
So let me just ask you: are you referring to the fact you close in a house and the seller still stays in the house?
Yes, yes, and then they
Okay.
pay rent back or whatever to stay. And a lot of times that happens because the buyer wants to settle because they want to lock their rate and get the rate that they want. And also and then at that point, it's all the process is done, and it's just a matter of the seller being able to move out and then the buyer can move in. But the other things I'd look at, we were talking about this before, appraisal. Is your buyer going to pay the difference between what it appraises for? Because they can offer $1 million on a $200,000 house, but if it only appraises for 200,000, the $1 million doesn't mean anything. So what are they going to pay? Difference of that appraisal? Are they going to do 20,000? Are they going to do 15,000? You
That's
know,
Brad, that's a great conversation you just brought up as far as offers go and buyers being willing to come to different to the table with cash. And that's another word. Cash is very important to have in the bank to be able to do that. But I personally
yes.
have had it happen a couple of times where my buyers are making an offer 50,000 over asking price, and the listing agent says to me, "Okay, listen, I have offers here that may be the same or less, but they guarantee you out of pocket what they're going to take for the difference based on the appraisal price."
Mhm.
It definitely plays a role in decisions from a seller. I
Absolutely.
definitely it's so crazy, and it's hard to explain to a buyer all these different moving parts because it's a lot to take in on a regular basis to just to
Here's one
buy
for
the
you, Dave.
house.
Here's one
Yes,
for you, Dave. How about does it matter that you worked with a lender before? You're the seller agent, you're the listing agent. You worked with
yes,
that lender the buyer's coming in with. Yes, they have a pre-approval, but you know the guy or the girl is not the best, and maybe they let something slip last time. Is that going to affect your what you tell your seller or what
one
how you consult your seller?
100% it's going to play a role. It has for sure. I mean, going to make a difference. If I'm selling somebody's house and a lender came to there are certain lenders, I'm going to be honest with you, that if a buyer comes through with a pre-approval from certain places,
Yep.
it's an automatic red flag.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
you just
mean,
tell the seller, this, there's no integrity here. This is probably not going to work. I've dealt with them before and it's not, they don't check the things the way they're supposed to. They write out pre-approvals like they're, love notes or something, I don't know. But that's so true. And the other thing I was thinking about, what was I thinking? I just lost the thought. Keep going.
well, no, it's a very good point you make. Definitely a lender that's well known to the area, the people. If you
Oh,
get
the
some,
agent. What about the agent, Dave?
right,
What if the agent is somebody you dealt with before that has no integrity or was horrible with communicating throughout the process on a deal you just had?
it
How's
makes
that doesn't that make some decision making for you and for the
Abs-
seller?
absolutely, if you've dealt with somebody before that you can say, listen, I've worked with this realtor. Unfortunately, they're not an agent, if you will, that has
Yeah.
number one, their communication skills, the knowledge of how to make sure their clients approved, and B, they tend to draw a lot of drama into the transaction.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
tell people all the time, it's very important for you to research your agents, read reviews about them, see what people say.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
only the most expensive thing they're buying or selling. When the people go to list a
Yeah.
house, how many times you go and you see a house being sold by an agent and you look at the photos and you're
Ugh.
like, I can't believe the person actually hired this person and doesn't even check. They don't check their own property for
Yep.
sale.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I mean, we take our business very serious, you and I. I think that's why we get along so well.
Absolutely.
It's kind of funny, but yeah, it is amazing when this is the biggest investment you're either going to sell or buy. So why would you not take it serious and really look into the bios and the past customer opinions are your best way to
Resource.
find your agent resource. Yeah,
Absolutely.
good resource because I can sit here till I'm blue in the face, tell you how great I am. I can write up a bio that's amazing. I can have marketing that is done by a professional graphic artist. But the reality is that does not make me a good realtor. That gets my name out, that helps me. But the reality is what my clients say about me after I've done the job that I'm supposed to be doing. That's the proof in the pudding right
Do
there.
you know we're also having a surge of new agents or people going, oh, I'm gonna get my real estate license. I'm gonna get my real
Oh
estate
yeah.
license. They see this market as this great market. It's not a market for agents to keep coming into. There's not enough inventory. I
Yeah.
think that people are delusional or completely dismayed or
Yeah.
confused as to what's going in the market from a real estate agent point of view. You know what I mean? You have the more agents coming in, it's diluting what properties are available for sale, right? Let's be honest.
Yep.
Right now, I hate to say this, but if you're looking to get your real estate license, this is not the time to do it. Coming into this business right now is very difficult. And especially if you're not with a team or some group of people that are going to be there for you to help and support you. Like I know you have a team over there of
Mhm.
top end professionals. So when someone comes to your office and comes to your team, I know that they've got not only coaching involved, but they've got a network of business coming in, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think
Um,
what you just did there is exactly what we try to do when there's somebody new coming in. What you did there is you built the expectation. So the problem is that people see us drive nice cars, they see us, driving around, we get to go to the gym at 9 instead of 5 AM, those kind of things. And they think, wow, and look at this, they're driving a Mercedes or a BMW or whatever it is. So this has got to be easy. And a lot of people look at me and go, hell, if Brad can do it, anybody can do this. I mean, for real. So that's a lot of so they look at that, but here's the thing is that as long as they know that it's not as easy as it appears to be, and they also need to know, I tell people this all the time, you need to have 8 months to almost a year of what it takes for you to live in savings,
100% correct.
right?
That
And
is
if
a
you
very
can
good
if you
point.
can check all those boxes and this is the career you want, go for it. But you just can't come in here thinking you're getting a paycheck in 30 days because it's
Oh yeah.
probably almost never going to happen.
Especially with the lack of inventory. I
Oh,
mean, right?
exactly.
I mean, how
Listings are the hard thing to get.
They are the hard thing to get.
Yep.
And it's something that, again, if you're selling your house, you want somebody with experience. You want somebody with marketing. You want somebody with, look at what they're doing, photos, video. I'm not sure what the things are in, Pennsylvania. What kind of, I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's the same as we are over here.
Same. Everything you say is pretty much the same as
Right.
what we go through.
And I have to say that again, it's all about presentation. It's pricing your house correctly. You don't want to price your house above because the market is hot. You want to price your house the right price. And then what happens is everybody knows it's the right price to go to.
Right.
We're talking about a lot of great things over here. I definitely need to cut for a moment back. We're running out of time over here, Brad, and I apologize.
No, that's all right.
I want to definitely bring you back on the show and having a great time with you talking about real estate.
Absolutely. I'll be on any time, and I'll have to have you back on again. I had you on probably when I first started doing my podcast, and it was a great time. I'd love to have you come back on again too. We can talk about different things, and we can share podcasts back and forth on our pages.
Absolutely, I would love that very much. So what I do want to do is I want to go for a second to look at you, the people who have subscribed to our team YouTube page, and I want to again remind people to go to YouTube, subscribe, Team Powerhouse, the PowerCast. By doing so, you're going to be in the running for a new and beautiful tumbler, and I say new because it's not used.
He's not going to give you his, right?
He's not going to give you mine. And this beautiful tumbler is great for lots of beverages that you may have chosen to drink on or off the air. And what I'm going to tell you is that we're going to do a spinning wheel. Jonathan's going to help me out over here. You're going to see it live. So if you have subscribed, if you've been chit-chatting, asking us questions, we're going to hit the spinning wheel now, and let's see who our lucky winner is, Jonathan.
So right now we have pretty much everybody who's subscribed that has commented on a video or has commented on Facebook Live here.
Cool.
One more thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, one more thing. Go ahead.
Please also follow us on TikTok if you have TikTok.
Oh yes, we need TikTok followers for sure.
TikTok followers, Team Powerhouse Sells. Go to our TikTok page. Please follow. We're going to be showing you new videos of properties coming in the market, hot videos, things that are very exciting for you to see. Please like and share those. Instagram, etc., etc.
All right, we should spin the wheel now.
All right, Jonathan,
let's go.
Who's our lucky winner? July 13th.
I feel like I'm at a carnival.
Kelly Elaine Fairclough.
All right, Kelly.
Way to go, Kelly.
Awesome. Kelly, you are our winner, so we are going to be in touch with you shortly.
I am so excited for you, Kelly.
Yes.
You are going to love this.
Someone tag Kelly in the comments. She's a winner.
Kelly, if you're watching live, which I hope you are, I know the kids were not doing so well recently, and hopefully they're doing better. I want to thank you and your husband very much for being amazing customers and clients and always supporting our team. Looking forward to sending you your tumbler, and I'll be in touch with you soon. Everybody, thank you so much for watching live with Brad Weisman, Platinum Realty, Keller Williams in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And you were awesome, my friend, and I want to thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.